I can't think of a more appropriate holiday to be studying about when we remember Mike than Hanukkah. And the reason is because Hanukkah, one of the names that it gets its name because Hanukkah is about renewal, about rejuvenation, about rededication. And, if you take a trip to a local bookstore, you will find a whole section of self-help books, of how does a person rejuvenate his relationships, or how do you get more excitement and energy out of your jobs. People are looking for freshness, not to be stale. And I had a teacher of mine once, he said something very, very profound. He said, relationships don't get stale, people do. And what I understood that he meant was that a person has to find energy in his life. He has to find excitement in our day-to-day, even though it seems like it's mundane and routine, but each day is a new opportunity. And Hanukkah is about that rejuvenation, finding the energy and finding a new excitement. And when I think about excitement, I think about Mr. Daskal, because every single Tuesday night he would come in and it was like the first time you met him, with the same excitement and the same energy. And it wasn't just another Tuesday night, it was another opportunity to learn. And whether you were telling him a Torah thought or he was telling you a Torah thought, his eyes would light up. He was always so excited. He would appreciate every single week. His appreciation he would express as if again it was the first time. And he was somebody who lived life with a fire. He was never stale. He was always fresh. And his memory certainly lives on in this room. And his energy we tried to tap into, and we do miss him very much. Mr. Daskal was very, very much involved in this shul particularly. He was a vice president, he was a treasurer, he spent many, many years. Some of the people that just walked into this room for the first time, the last time they were here, was at the bar mitzvah of Mr. Daskal's son. And Mr. Daskal got a lot of excitement at the rejuvenation that we've seen in this shul, led by our rabbi, Rabbi Sonnenschein, and he had a very sincere appreciation and respect for Rabbi Sonnenschein, and it's a pleasure to ask Rabbi Sonnenschein to say a few words.
Thank you. As always, it's a tremendous honor to be able to spend some time with you by CTC. The last time I spoke, we were downstairs, and I see that we've had to expand, and it's just absolutely wonderful to see and an honor to be here. And I want to just take this opportunity to express, on behalf of the shul, our gratitude and appreciation for what CTC has done for our shul and our community, and how proud we are to host CTC. Who hasn't heard of Jacob's ladder? And yet, despite the fact that it's one of the most commonly known concepts and stories in the Torah, I find it to be one of the most mysterious. Jacob lies down, goes to sleep, and he dreams of a ladder. And the ladder's feet are on the ground, and its head reaches the heavens. And he sees angels going up and then down the ladder. And here I thought angels had wings. Don't they? The Bible actually says that angels have 6 wings. You think if you had 6 wings, you would need a ladder? And does it say anywhere else that an angel had to go somewhere and he took his trusty ladder along with him? What is the purpose of this ladder? Why do the angels need a ladder to go up and to go down? What is this? What is the point of this ladder? It occurred to me a few years ago that the ladder is not the angel's ladder. It's Jacob's ladder. A ladder represents the process of growth and learning that each of us goes through, our life's journey. And it starts off at the very bottom. The feet are on the ground. And rung after rung after rung, step after step, mitzvah after mitzvah, day after day, Torah thought after Torah thought, we rise on that ladder, step by step. And as life's challenges come our way, and we try to approach them and deal with them, and address them in the proper way, we continue to climb that ladder. And when we do those special things, and when we have those special opportunities to do a mitzvah, to learn Torah, to reach out to a fellow Jew, to do something good or important in this world, our sages tell us that we create angels. Angels are created with every word of Torah that we utter. Who knows how many angels were created over the last 45 minutes? And those angels go up that ladder. This ladder of Jacob's growth, this ladder of Jacob's learning, this ladder of Jacob's accomplishment. The Malachim go up that ladder. And then Hashem sends down more energy and more abilities and more strength to do some more. So the angels go up, and then they come back down. Malachi Elokim Oilim V'Yardim by on that very special ladder of Jacob. And each of us has a ladder. And that ladder began as a young child, securely attached to the ground, but who knows where the ladder leads. And each of us is somewhere on our ladder, climbing rung after rung, each day, each opportunity, each mitzvah, each word of Torah, each opportunity to reach out to someone, each dollar to tzedakah, each movement towards Hashem is another rung on the ladder. And when we do that, we send up malachim. And when we send up malachim, Hashem sends them back down to us to give us the strength to continue and to go up the next step. Many of you know that a little over a year ago, my wife was sitting Shiva for her father. And we were sitting there in Brooklyn in the house, or with her siblings. And one of the rabbis who has a big synagogue in Brooklyn came in to pay a Shiva call. And he sat with the family, and he started to express the idea of sending gifts up to their father. And he says he's not alive anymore. And he can't do a mitzvah himself. And he can no longer learn Torah. He can no longer do the actions that bring us up the ladder. But that doesn't mean that his work climbing the ladder is over. He said to my wife and to her siblings and to her mother, each time that you do a mitzvah down here on this world, it's like you're sending a present up to him. A Hanukkah present, a birthday present, an anniversary present. You're sending up presents, and he feels it and is aware of it and grows with each action and each word and each mitzvah. Tonight, when we are remembering the unforgettable Mike, with the study of Torah, I think it's just such a special opportunity to think about that ladder and to appreciate not only all the growth and all the heights that he reached when he was alive, but how it's continuing. He left behind a family that continues to study and to grow and to connect. And he left behind a shul that continues to study and to grow and to connect. And in that way, Mike might not be here, and it could be that we can't see him, but he's continuing to grow with us. And in that way, hopefully his memory will stay with us as well. You know, another part of the story is the arrival of Jacob at this special spot that he went to sleep. He went to sleep on the Temple Mount, on the place where the Beis HaMikdash stood. And our sages tell us that he had really already passed it by on his journey out of Israel. And he passed by, and then he stopped, and he said, you know something? My father and my grandfather prayed there. Can it be that I passed by a place that my fathers prayed and I didn't pray? And he turned around and he went back to spend the time there. And had he not done that, there would be no Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder is a result of that decision to go back. And here we are in this room. It didn't look this way at the time that Mike was here every Shabbos. And Mike used to make, I remember when I came to Waterbury, Mike used to make the announcements after the Shabbos, after davening on Shabbos. I clearly remember him welcoming my father. My parents came for Shabbos one week, and I was actually sitting right around here, except on a bench. And I clearly remember him standing up there and welcoming us to Waterbury, and all the years and all the prayers and all the mitzvahs that were done right there, right? It was right there. Right here where Mike sat. How many prayers were said right here? How many mitzvahs were done right here? How many rungs on the ladder were gone upwards from one rung to the next? Right here from that spot. And right here where he would stand to make the announcement. There used to be a stage here. Where he would make that announcement after davening. And I feel like it's such an appropriate moment of Efsher Sha'avarti al Mokim She'espalalu Avaisai. Tonight we stand on the place that Mike davened. Tonight we study Torah and we think about Mike at the place that he davened. V'lo yispalalti, and we shouldn't daven at that place. So let me end by davening together with all of us that Mike's memory should never be forgotten. And that in the merit of all of the hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of words of prayer that were uttered right here, that his family should continue to find the strength to continue to rise, each one on their own individual ladder. And Mike's friends who have joined us, and Mike's mom and brother who have joined us should continue to be able to draw strength from his accomplishments. And the relationship between Mike, whose merit will protect his family and give them strength, and Mike's family, which will send him all those gifts, all those beautifully gift-wrapped presence that will float up to him up there, and he'll never be alone because he'll keep getting from Mindy, from Gail, he'll keep getting from, and I want to remember, Eli is not here tonight, but I was spoke by that bar mitzvah right there in the next room by the social hall, and I fondly remember that bar mitzvah. That Mike will continue to receive those gifts and will continue that relationship. The fact that he's not here doesn't mean that he's not here. And we should have the merit together as a family, as a shul, as a community, to be able to go from simcha to simcha, and that Hashem should bless us with not having to gather for tragic events, but rather being able to gather for the joys of holidays, for Hanukkah, for Siyams, for all kinds of simchas. And the day should come that we can go back there, all of us together, and go to that place where Jacob lied down that night, the Har Habayis, and be able to see that beautiful edifice of a Beis HaMikdash that will be rebuilt there, when all of our troubles will come to an end and the whole Jewish people will gather there together in joy. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Sonnenschein, for your inspiring words. Our sages tell us that one of the ways that we can help somebody who is no longer have the ability to climb himself up that ladder that the rabbi spoke about is that the letters of the Jewish of a soul is Nun, Shun, Shin, Mem, He, Neshama, and it has the same letters as the Mishnah. And we learn that if people down here in this world learn Mishnayos, they learn the Mishnah in the memory of somebody who was departed, those gifts will help that person climb the ladder. There will be merits for him. Mr. Daskal's dear learning partner, Rabbi Ozzie Gendelman, who Mr. Daskal loved very much, has arranged for a group of men to take upon themselves to complete in order of the Mishnayos, and he's going to come up here, please, to make a siyum in the memory of Mr. Daskal.
Hadron alach Seder Moed, v'hadra chalan. Daitan alach Mesechas Seder Moed, v'daitach alan. Loi nisne shei minach Seder Moed, v'loi sisne shei minan. Loi ba'alma hadim, v'loi ba'alma da'asei. Hadron alach Seder Moed, v'hadra chalan. Daitach chalan, alach Seder Moed, v'daitach chalan. Loi nisne shei minach Seder Moed, v'loi sisne shei minan. Loi ba'alma hadim, v'loi ba'alma da'asei. Hadron alach Seder Moed, v'hadra chalan. Daitach alan, alach Mesechas Seder Moed, v'daitach alan. Loi nisne shei minach Seder Moed, v'loi sisne shei minan. Loi ba'alma hadim, v'loi ba'alma da'asei. Harvna Adonai Eloheinu Sever Yisrael Escha Befinu B'fi Yis Amcha Beis Yisrael V'niach Cholona Anachim V'tzatzayna V'tzatzayimcha Beis Yisrael Cholona Yudei Shemecha V'loim Deser Esecha Lishma Me Oivai Tchak Minu Mitzisecha Ki La'olam Hili Yehi Livi Samim B'cholkecha L'man Lo Yevosh La'olam Lo Eshkach B'kodecha Kivam Chisani Baruch Ata Adonai Lamdeini Cholkecha Amen 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 Sela Va'ed Moedim Anachim Lefanecha Adonai Leinu B'lev Yisenu Shesamtecha Keinu Miyeshvei Beis Medrash Like Miyashvei Koronois, Sha Anu Mashkimim, Vehi Mashkimim, Anu Mashkimim Ledivrei Sarah, Vehi Mashkimim Ledvar Matelim, Anu Amhilim, Vehi Mamelim, Anu Amhilim Makablim Schar, Vehi Mamelim, Vehi Makablim Schar, Anu Ratzim, Vehi Ratzim, Anu Ratzim L'chayolam Abba, Vehi Ratzim L'ver Shachas, Shenemar, Ve'ata Lehim Teridem L'ver Shachas, Anshe Damim Umirma, Lo Yechatzu Yemeim Vani Eftach Bach, Yiratzim Ufanecha Adon Lehai, Yashem Shazar, Tan L'Saim Seder Mayed, Kach Tazrein LaHaskell, Sadar Musvar Machem L'Saim Lilmoid L'Olamed, Lishma V'Lasis L'Kamis Kol David Samoter Secha B'Ava, L'Zechus Kol HaTanoim V'Salmidei Chachamim, HaNizkar B'Seder Mayed, Tamoid Li L'Zari Shalei Samu Shatar Mipi Zar V'Zer Zari Ad Olam. V'Kuyam Bibis Halecha Tancha Oisach, V'Shach B'Cha Sishma Alecha, V'Akitzaisa Hise Sichecha, Ki Vi Yirbu Yemecha, Yosif L'Cha Shonais Chaim, Oyrach Yamim Bimina, the Smail Oisha V'Chaved, Adonai Ois Liyama Yitena, Adonai Yivarech Es Amay Vashal. ולעשות חנו דשמעאל לעשות ימיך ושבניכו ומאחוס אביך קראי וחייכם וימכם חדך באיס ישראל ועד Allah ובזמן קריב ומדו Olam Yolnei Yomai Yisparach Yishabach Yisbar Yisamav Yisnaseh Yisadar Yisalev Yisalo Sheni B'Shabbat Yichu V'yelam Yikol B'Chasav Yishirasot Yishb'Chasav Yachem Asa Da'amiran B'Omav B'Menu Amen Al Yisrael V'Arabon V'Al Tamidei V'Al Kol Tamidei Samidei Hain V'Al Command Aski B'Raisa Yib Asar Adin V'Di B'Chol Asar V'Asar Yehi L'Chayin 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 Shlom Rabba Chi B'Chis B'Rachamei V'Chayin Arichei U'Mezei V'Richei U'Forkanim V'Kadam Avorim V'Yishmai V'Agro V'Medru Amen Yehi Shlom Rabba Yishmai V'Chaim Tev Malin V'Yisrael V'Medru Amen V'Yisrael Shalom Aleinu V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Yalko Yisrael V'Medru Amen
Amen.
We once again thank everybody for coming out this evening. We invite everybody, if they'd like to continue to partake in the refreshments, we wish everybody a good night. Thank you for coming out.